Hey, I'm John and welcome back to my Lair of Action Figures, where I'll be talking and reviewing action figures from different manufacturers. So, as I was talking, if you saw my last video about General Grievous, who was such a disappointment, I wanted to bring some more positive notes back to the 1/6 scale figures, especially from Sideshow. You can go and check out the video. I strongly suggest that you have a look at it. It's pretty harsh about it, so I wanted to do something a bit different. So today is going to be a review of three figures. Well, technically they're all the same because they're Battle Droids from the Star Wars movies. As you can see, there's three different versions of these guys. So this one over here is the first version. This is set to 100024, and it was at the suggest price of $119.99. So that's the infantry battle droid. It went up for pre-order on the August 8th of 2011, and the estimate shipping time for this guy was, of course, for this fourth quarter of 2011. Then we have the security battle droid over here, who came out a lot later, who are exactly the same, but just with a repaint. Those were suggest retail price of $129.99. The number was 100284, and those went up for pre-order on the 23rd of September 2013, and the estimate time of shipping was second quarter of 2014. Then we're going to finish by these guys over here. And this is set 100285, the Genosian Infantry Battle Droid. Also going for $129. Those went up for pre-order on the 18th of March 2014, and the shipping time for these guys was around the third quarter of 2014. So that now we get these, give these a little bit of a spin around. Then afterwards we're going to be having a closer look at the inside of the boxes. I will tell you what I think about them, which is the best version, and my final notes about these guys. So let's start by the Infantry Battle Droids, the first one who came out in 2011. Now this is a set that I find pretty interesting because this is from the series Military of Star Wars. Of course, Sideshow had some other theme lines like Jedi Order, or they also had Scum and Villainy that they continued to do, but decided to stop it for the later part of the Star Wars items. I don't know if it was something to do with the purchase of Disney or any kind of stuff, but this is why they decided. So the box is pretty simple. As you can see, there's some pretty neat details on the box on how does the figure look. I'm going to put it more like this so we can have a look at it. So as you can see, there's some interesting pictures. There's also some of the other figures like the Utapau Shadow Trooper or the Commander Grief figure. Now, personally, something that I really like about this box, it's that we have some text over here. So you have a bit of an explanation on one side, then you have the description of the droids. As you can see, it tells you what it comes with, and the cool part about it, if you look, you get two droids for the price of $120. So this is something who's really interesting. Now we're going to be looking, before we start unboxing, we're going to be going through the other boxes. Then we have the security droids, battle droids over here. So this set came out a little bit later in 2014 with the other one. So of course, same principle. The box is a pretty standard box, but they went for something a bit more, I would say elegant, but they wanted to go on to something with a lot less writing on it, and doing something in this way puts it as a more, I would say, neutral box. This is why I prefer the other box than this one, but again, Sideshow decided. Now, as you can see, it's very sober. There's not much information. As you can see, we'll be taking a closer look at these guys when we're going to unbox them. But these guys don't have any, how do you call it, backpacks. So, of course, you have the two blasters, and you get, of course, your two droids. And we're going to finish by the last ones, who are the Genosian infantry battle droids, who are exactly the same as the ones we have who came out in 2011. Of course, the box is the same one as the security battle droids. The only difference is that these do get some backpacks instead of not getting anything at all. Of course, they're pretty wrapped up, so you're not going to see much over here, but we're going to be taking a closer look when we're going to start the unboxing. So let's dive into what do we get in. So let's get into the joy of unboxing. As you can see, I did take a bit some time in going through some of the boxes. The great part about having two droids in one box is that you can take one out already to muck around with, and then you can leave the other one inside. As you can see, they're put in this position because this is how they're dropped off from the ship, so they should be posed as such on the soil. Of course, the hands will maybe not be touching like this, but be more going towards the forward position. And this is how they would be positioned. But as you can see, the articulations are pretty firm. Nothing is moving. If you see the Grievous, you will understand why it's moving all over the place. As you can see, it is extremely simple to take out, move, do all the maneuvers. I mean, there's so much articulation going around on these battle droids that it is pretty impressive. Everything that you have, as you can see, everything is pretty firm. Over here you have a little lift, so if you want to move up the shoulder, I mean, it is really well taught. You can turn the heads, and you can do plenty of cool poses with these guys, and gives them all the different mimics that you want to do. You'll be able to see that at the end of the video when I will be giving my final thoughts about the figure. And also, do I believe this is a collectible item? As you can see, everything fits in pretty neatly, and we're going to bring out the antennas. As you can see, it is pretty basic, pretty simple. There's also some great weathering on the figures. As you can see, there's some battle damage, a bit of scraping on them, so they look pretty decent, as you can see. And the way that you move the hands, I mean, everything is really well thought over with this figure. I mean, Sideshow put a lot of effort in making them, and I must say they did a pretty good job. Now, we're going to remove the pistol over here, and you can see you can really fit it in over here. Bring this down. I know that it's so surprising to say, oh look, you have some articulations who are super tough with our friends at Sideshow, but you can see the pistol can hold. Put it in a better position on the other ones that you will see. As you can see, you can really give them position and everything holds in place. So I mean, Sideshow did a pretty good job with it. Let's move this one away. Let's go to the security droid. Of course, same as this one. As you can see, you should need to put him back into a position so that you can leave him grounded in this way. As you can see, they put some extra protection. I guess it's for the paint that they don't want to do it. But as you can see, also pretty well detailed. Some extra scratch marks on it. I don't know if that's the reason why it's $10 more than the other one, even if you're not getting the backpacks. But as you can see, they did some pretty good weathering and added even some more weathering to it, as being a bit more scratch. It was a bit of a surprise if you're thinking that these would be on a ship or on another place where they might not see as much battle as the regular battle droid, but they are also fantastic and look really great. Again, you should put the pistol. As you can see, they're exactly the same. They also, you could interchange the backpack, as you can see over here. You can clip it in over here, and it would fit also, and it does fit even better than on the other ones. I guess maybe due to the fact that there's a bit of paint over here that makes it hold better in place. So now that we got this one away, let's go to the final battle droid, who is the red one from Genosia. So as you can see, he has a lot more paint on him. The reason why he has more plastic, I guess they were really frightened that the paint may stick and the figure may get stuck in a certain position. But I must say, again, as you can see, really nice details on this figure. The paint applications are really neat. I mean, it does have a lot of similarities to the regular Battle Droid from over here. You can see there's some battle scratches, some movements. Of course, you would say when you're looking at this that you have 3 holes. So of course this is to fit the backpack, and this one here is for the antenna, if I'm not mistaken. That's where you would clip the antenna on the officer. So of course these guys don't have it, but when I'll be reviewing the officer, I will be reviewing them in one go, and I will have the officers, both officers, reviewed at the same time. So I will talk more about it. Let's get the backpack out. As you can see, everything comes out neat. Really looks good. I must say, this is such a relief doing a video about these guys and not having to talk about our dear General Grievous. Okay, here we go. Backpack's in, everything holds. It is pretty amazing to see how good they did the job on all these. So let's remove it. Let's have all these guys spread it out. As you can see, if you're an army builder like me and you like building your armies, this is something who really works well and is really great. So I'm going to put these guys on a stand, going to give them a little spin, and while they're spinning around and you can enjoy all of that, I will be giving you my final thoughts about this figure, and do I think that these sets are collectible items. Let's have a look at that. So while we're giving these guys a little spin so you can admire them under all the different angles possible, I'm going to give you my final thoughts, and do I believe that these items are collectible items. So yes, of course, these are, from my point of view, high valued collectible items, due to the fact that they are already sold out and that they're pretty hard to get. You can find them at a lot more expensive on the secondary market because you're not going to be able to find it. And due to the fact that this is also army builders, this is something that a lot of collectors will want to go after. Remember, when we're talking about Hot Toys did release one of these guys, and they did him a lot later on, and he was a lot more expensive. He was going for $190, and he came out in April of 2023, and he's already sold out. So, and you only get one. So if you really think about it, if you want 2 Hot Toys, that means 190 plus 190. That would be $380. So for $380, if you're going on the first ones who came out and were only the $120, that means you could buy 6 Battle Droids from Sideshow in total for 2 from Hot Toys. So this gives you a little bit of an interesting point of view of seeing how valuable they are. Now, if I would have to rank them on the most valuable ones, I would say that the original ones who came out are the ones that you're going to see in the Clone Wars. The second one that will have the most value to me would be the ones who were for Genosian, and the last ones who have a certain value would be these over here, due to the fact that they don't have any backpack. So this would make it a bit harder, and would have some approach on the collectible side where the people might not want them as much as the ones who are fully complete. So that would be it for the value of these figures. Now, my final thoughts about these figures. Compared to General Grievous, these things are fantastic. As you can see, the articulation holds really well in place. They've been spinning for a little while, and I really like what they did with it. I think for Sideshow stuff, it is pretty decent. Again, I will have to do a revision of this when I'm going to do the side-by-side with the Hot Toy version. Of course, we have to also take into mind that these figures do have a certain time because they came out in 2011. That's 12 years difference, so you have time to do progress. Well, not always, as you can see in the General Grievous. I digress. Let's get back to these guys. So I will be giving the Battle Droids, the ones with the backpack, I'm going to be giving them 9 out of 10. And the other ones will be getting 8.5 out of 10. Of course, there's some little dime points that you could present. It would have been nice to get a backpack for these guys, or some antenna or something to cover the backs over. What would have been also nice would to get a figure stand maybe to go with these figures, like we used to get with some other ones from Sideshow. You know, just something simple or something a bit different with hook from underneath would have been also something of interesting. And the reason why we will not give this a 10 out of 10 is the fact that the weapons cannot be attached to the backpack. So that's going to be it for the review of the Battle Droid figures from Sideshow. If you like the review, please leave a like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. That helps out a lot. If you want to go and see some pictures I have done, you can go and see my Facebook page, also Instagram page, where I have a lot of my figures or other pictures that I have made, so you can go and check that out. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye! In the box.